Taurus, how you doing? So we're here now to do your reading from the 1st to 15th. So if everybody could just give me a second. These readings would be out on for tier 2 members. But what I'm going to do is as a past and present and also some channel messages for you. And then the 1st to the 15th will actually come out over on Patron for tier 2 members. So if you're a tier 2 member, you obviously get that reading. But you get a load of other stuff that doesn't appear here also. But some of it, well, I don't want to go over it too much because I have to go through every reading. But generally, we just do your reading and see what comes up, and I'll explain towards the end. So Taurus, so some Taurian. I'm hearing Taurian, Tory, or Rory Bremner. Also Brenda, or Brem. Probably a creme de la creme, or something to do with a brum, which would also be a car, so it could be something to do with the Cancerian. But I'm also picking up roaring. So roaring would also be Leo, but then you're also picking up crying. So it's something to do with a crying shame, or crying child, or a crying person, or crime. It seems to be a lot of crime around you, or crying. A lot of crying and a lot of crime. Wow, you really seem to be going through it. Or it could just be that someone's crying. It's like crying quite a lot. But I did pick up, and I hate to say this because I hate this verb saying, which was crying over spilt milk. So you could just literally be dealing with a cat, which could be Leo, or a physical cat, but I very much doubt it. It could be a name cat, or it could be to do with the 5 of Cups, okay? But I'm definitely picking up big Leo energies around you, right? And I'm picking them up. It's kind of like, I don't know if it's a pickup truck, and it is to do with Cancerian as well, or it's a pickup, or it's a pick-me-up, like going to pick them up in a truck, or going to pick them up in something. But it's something to do with a truck, or a Cancerian, or trucking. Keep on trucking, also tucking, or Tucker, the name Tucker, or a, yeah, we're going to leave that one. Okay, but I'm picking up chamber, also chamber. Oh, no, well, that says cancer, but I am actually picking up a chamber. Chain, or Shane, or Chan. It might even be someone that's from China, but Chan. I'm picking up Chan or Nan, like a baby also, like Chan Nan. Or something. I mean, is everybody having a mother's meeting? I don't know. But like Chan Man. Manuel could be something to do with the tower and faulty towers. Something that's faulty around the house. Faults. Someone's going to pick out some faults of someone and saying that it's fault, or volts. Something to do with the vault. Also money, but actual physical shocks and volts. Okay, but voltage. I'm definitely picking up voltages and meters. Voltage meter. Some of you could have something wrong with your car and you need to look at it and you'll need a voltage meter. But it is definitely finding some sort of shocking news or voltage. Okay, I'm also picking up voltage, that someone is faulty in some ways. But I mean, obviously, because there's a lot of fault. Like, it's your fault, no, it's your fault, it seems to be a lot of people faulting, or fighting and faults, picking fights. You're to blame. At the moment, a lot of energies are all going through this blaming, gaming, shaming, like shame on me, shame on you, Shane, the name Shane or Shamey, sorry, I'll get there. Shane, Shamby, Shampers, Champagne. Someone's celebrating something, but it seems to be very confused energy of why you would be, unless it's the 3 of Cups that represents a third-party relationship or some sort of good news. But it seems to be Shane, we know your name. It's like calling someone out. We know your name. We know what this name is, unless you're naming a child or a baby. But it seems to be Shane, we know your name. Like, we know your name. So why is someone trying to figure out someone's name and how this would relate to you? It's like, I need to try and figure them out and what their name is for some reason. It's a little bit like a guessing game in a way of trying to pick a name. Pick on a name. It's like, let's pick on this name. I don't know. It's kind of like, shh, right, that's a name, let's pick on it. Right, like a person for fault. And it's like, oh, they're just there in order for me to pick on their name or something. It's something to do with someone's name or nan. It's something to do with someone's nan. But like, tame. I'm also picking up tame. So it might be trying to tame a bull, but it also might be trying to tame a lion and trying to calm them down. It's like, calm down. What on earth is the matter? Because I'm picking up that someone is like at fault and to blame, not talking or arguing, or 5 of Cups energy, crying over something, trying to calm them down. I don't know. Unless this is a holiday and you're trying to calm down with something. But I'm also picking up that someone might need calms, which would also mean sleep. So it could be the Nine of Swords, of sleep deprivation, of getting some sleep, needing sleep. Could have something to do with putting someone to sleep, maybe, but it could be to do with a Scorpio energy, but putting something to rest. It's like, I need some rest, I need rest. It's just give it a rest. It is. It had to do with the Piscean. They had, please shut that thing up. And it was to do with a baby, and it was to do with, like, I need a rest. Respite also. Some of you could have children. I mean, I work for children, and sometimes when we drop them off, sometimes we take them to respite, which is like a hospital. It's not really a hospital, it's just a clinic. What is respite for people? It's where children with disadvantaged children can go and stay, like key workers, and they have key workers there. And it's not school itself, but it's like a summer school, but for children of disadvantages. And it's called respite. Okay. So it's something to do with that as well. Resting, respite. So it could have something to do with a nursing home as well, is also respite. Also a bite. Some of you could be bitten this 1st to the 15th, smitten and bitten by something. So be careful if you're allergic to any kind of like bites, because they're saying bites or something. Bits and bites, or mites? Mites. You might have mites somewhere. So if you're looking at something and you're thinking, why is this rotting? It's because you might have mites or mice. Mice. I'm picking up mice. Dice also. It could be dealing with a Capricorn. It could have something to do with gambling and dice, like roll the dice. Some of you could be playing Monopoly. You could be from London with a Capricorn. But dice, roll the dice. It's your go to roll the dice. So that would be Monopoly or a game, right? Why is that relating to you in anything that's important? I've got no idea why they give me these, but they might be something to do with rolling the dice. It's a bit like a gamble. It's like we're going to have to take a gamble and roll this dice and just see. So it probably doesn't mean that you have to roll a dice. It just means that you are... I keep seeing this dice, though, changing. Like a dice changing. A die changing. Also, someone's hair colour or dye. I don't know why I'm picking up this die. Like, is this a game that someone's playing on an Xbox? Like, die. Oh, she would... Oh, okay. Oh, she would die? Why on earth is someone wishing that someone would die? What? I mean, I don't know. Kids normally do say that when they don't get their own way in certain things. They can, you know, when they're younger, they can project anything. So is someone dealing with someone that is kind of like, I don't know, like I said, it could be a disadvantaged child that could be screaming and shouting of something. Because I keep hearing die, I wish you would die. And I don't know if that's shooting. Like shooting. There's going to be a shooting, saying that there could be a shooting somewhere. Oh, I hope it's not a school. I predicted this a long time ago as well. There was a shooting at a school and it physically did happen, but it was a month later. I predicted it a month in advance. It was to do with like die, shoot, shooting, like shooting someone. Why on earth is someone shooting someone? Be careful around someone getting very angry over something and they feel like that they want to shoot somebody. Why on earth am I coming out with these weird messages? Please keep an open mind, Taurus. Need to shoot someone. Is this a death wish or something? Or someone's kind of like, I don't know, putting a hit out on somebody or something? What have they done? Don't know, you've got some strange energy, Taurus. Not that I can really work out why they would be shooting. Unless you would just witness this within the world, because sometimes I channel messages that happen, obviously predictions that happen. I just start channeling stuff and it would be mainly something that you would witness. This could have something to do with like court stuff, witness, like there's a witness and some... Oh, okay, they're saying that there's a witness and somebody is trying to plan to kill the witness. So if there's been a witness to something, and it's very important to a lot of you guys, I don't know why, but they're saying that it's something to do with a witness and that the shooting might be to do with the witness might just go disappearing. if there's someone that pulls a disappearing disher, Trisha, they might end up on Trisha. I don't know, is that still going? But a dish served best, like a dish served cold thing. But like oh wow, I was seeing people putting things in food. Don't know. I don't know if they're strange or it's to do with food itself. But like a hit on someone that has to go to court and there's a witness to something. Ooh, okay, this might have something to do with, I don't know what she's got in her chart, but the Epstein thing? You watch all that unfold in August. That could be that. A shooting, a witness. You watch this Epstein woman. She'll probably end up like everybody else, dead. That's what they're saying. You watch. Prediction, she'll probably end up dead. That's what they're saying. That there's a witness to something and we're going to have to shoot her. That's what they're saying. I'm not saying this is you, Taurus. I'm saying that obviously Taurus is still government stuff, because I would channel through the old sign, which is the Hierophant, and it's courts and decisions. 11:11. Yeah, there you go. 11:11. A shooting. So in August, I'm channeling for whenever, but I'm looking at 1st to the 15th here, and they're saying shit, because if I keep going, the vision can extend, right? So we're looking at a shooting that could well happen to do with this Epstein woman. Now, if this has already happened, I'm just letting people know for reference that it hasn't happened where I've seen it, but this is the 23rd of July today, right? Mark my words, you might witness someone getting shot, right? And I put my backing on this spirit of it's something to do with this government thing, and you might end up witnessing that someone is supposed to be going to court to present themselves to give over all of this evidence, and someone is plotting to say that we're going to have to get rid of this person before they spill their guts. Now, what are we looking at? Another reading, something to do with someone spilling and we're going to have to shut her up. That is something to do with the Pisces. Now, love lives and all this, please take these messages out of, unless someone really is gunning for someone. But they're saying, Spirit now is saying that it could have something to do with that, because there's the only star sign I can represent this to, is please shut them up, right? Now, I'm thinking that those messages now that seem to be for you is relating to shut them up because they're blabbing their mouth and they're saying something that we don't want them to say. And it could be to do with this Epstein thing. That's the only thing I can think of. Okay? So we're gonna leave those messages there, Taurus, right? Victorian cross is what I wrote. Roaring equals lion. Roads, Cancer, roads. Roads. I'm actually looking for an old thing. It used to be roads. Look at Rhodes used to be a guitar amp, really, but Rhodes. I don't know why I'm coming up with that. We're going to have to leave those messages there because I've already been disturbed by those messages that there was. Okay, so normally if you're on tier 2, I've got the 6 weeks off. I'm just changing it over the 6 weeks. But normally that is pretty much what you would get over on tier 2, and that a lot of people missed the tier 2. And then they wondered, there was loads of things that were going to happen with star signs that I channeled all these messages and done the readings for people, and they all seem to have come true. There was over on tier 2. At the moment, what we're going to look into is your past and your present, and then tier 2 members, if you join tier 2 or you are over there, your actual 1st to the 15th will just come out there. Okay, so let's have a look at the past of what's been going on with Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. What's been going on with them? 5 of Cups. All of the cards are upside down. Upside down. 5 of Cups. I told you before, I normally sit here and then I go and make a coffee. This is why I drink too much. Whilst going to the bathroom break and then going to get a coffee, I normally just think, Taurus, 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 what have we got for Taurus? By the time I get back to this seat, I've normally got a couple of things, and that's when I start to channel. And I picked up straight away Crying Over Spilt Milk, and that is that. I'm sorry that is that card and that reference, but that is that, okay? So you could be having someone around you or coming to stay, is what they're saying, that is that needs cheering up, because that's like cheer up, cherub. Cheer up my cherub. Let's see the past. What's been going on in the past with Taurus and been riding Venus. Cheer up, sleepy G. Really? I picked him up upside down again as well. That is unreal. See, someone is waiting on news from someone, but they're not getting their own. Well, sorry, but they just said they're not getting what they want, meaning they're not getting their own way. They're waiting on someone to return a favour or trying to get over someone that they're still waiting to hear from. Been doing that, and it's like, I don't know what I can say or what I can do. You're waiting for that person, so why don't you reach out to them and say something? And this person's ego is kind of standing in the way and saying, no, I'm not waiting, I'm waiting for them, but I'm not physically doing anything about that. Right? Now, someone was either within their own rights that they don't want to reach out to someone, but it's kind of like, well, I don't know whether to reach out or not. Taurus in the past. There you go, there's the Roaran. Ryan, also Ryan or Lion, the name Ryan. But this is, I'm waiting to hear. But this is, see, like, keep your mouth shut. I'm sorry, but I'm looking, actually, and I don't normally do it. I normally just channel a message, but I'm seeing this woman keeping the jaw shut of this person here and saying, shut up, don't say anything. So someone is saying, look, don't say anything to them. Someone's in someone's ear. This could be family or anybody, and it's in their ear, and they're saying, I know you're trying to get over them, I know you want them, I know you're waiting for them, but shut your mouth and don't say anything. Right? Now that's either a violent message, or it is someone trying to keep someone's mouth closed by saying, no, I think that you don't want to say that. Now if someone's blabbing off, that might be advice that could be good, that's saying, I don't think you should say that. But there is someone that is saying, I don't think that you ought to speak to them. It's either like you're waiting for them, so why don't you speak to them? But there could be an energy that I am picking up, that someone's saying, look, don't speak to them then. You know, do you want to speak to them or don't you want to speak to them? It's kind of another message. Do you want to speak to them or don't you want to speak to them? But I'm really looking at this woman trying to keep this person's mouth shut, which is a Leo. Don't say anything. Just keep quiet and don't say anything. That's really those channel messages. 5 of Cups is to do with the 10 of Wands. At home. 10 is always home. It's someone coming to stay or move out. Either way. But it's like, it's a burden having to try and cheer you up. Because someone is moved in or moved out and I can't find it. I find it very difficult that they're not living with me, or the other way around. That I'm finding it very difficult that they are living with me, because it's more of a burden that someone has to carry the weight of a 5, right? What's the 7 of? Court proceedings. King of Swords. See, this could even be what I was channeling through last month, and then it all happened. Which was the Prince, and I was saying Philip, and it isn't poor Philip. It's actually Andrew. Right, so I made a mistake by saying the name, but I made a mistake by saying their name. Say my name, say my name. But again, there's someone that's trying to make a mistake because they've said someone's name. This is a court thing. This is to do with that as well. Keep your mouth shut and don't say anything about it. Because these people here are having to approach this king and to see what this person's going to say here. These people are, that's what I said when I've been telling about kings and queens and saying that people used to have to approach them. Who was I doing that? Oh, I've just done that. That was to do with Pisces reading. I was saying, just strangely, that if you look at mythology and all that sort of stuff, when he was looking at kings and queens back in the day, everybody used to have to approach the king or the queen in order for advice or whatnot. And this is kind of like... well, are you going to approach them, or are you just going to sit there and wait for them? But are you going to approach this? How are you going to approach it? King of Swords. Sorry, the Strength card. 9 of Cups. Ah, dear. 9 of Cups is, people say wish fulfillment, but it's not. It is if someone is emotionally fulfilled, but it's normally a draining energy to me. This is greed. This is someone that pisses on people's sandcastle here. They kick it over. Okay, so it's normally someone that's very greedy in the middle there, looking at this happening here. Could be around children though, you see, because these are kids in this here, right? So you could have them, but it's someone that's sitting there waiting to destroy something. What is that? 9 of Cups. So 9 of Cups for me is the worst card to try and explain what it is, because 9s, they're all codependent energies because they haven't reached 10. And they're a 999 is part of greed, which is the 7 deadly sins. It would just relate to houses of after 7 is 9. Well, it's not straight after 7. Well, there's 7 there. Something to do with 7 and 9. 7 and 9? Or 7 and 8? 7 and 8. 7 and 8. 7 and 8. Well, that just puts you in a 2 and 8. Steve, what's going on with your numbers, bruv? Someone's all up in someone's numbers. 2. Can't make a decision of what they want to do in life through 9. Are you emotionally fulfilled by not saying anything? Yes, but no. This is more like a yes but no. I'm emotionally fulfilled by not saying anything, but I'm not got what I want, which is why 9 is a needing energy, codependent. So do you have what you want? Yeah. So why are you so down? Because I don't want to. I don't want to make a decision because I have everything that I want. So why haven't you got what you want? Well, I need it and want it, but they're not doing what I want them to do. So you're stuck at making a decision here. This is either the other. I don't mind who it is, somebody. But what the energies that you've got is main characters is Leo, and you've got a King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, of someone emotionally fulfilled but emotionally not. So this is stuck basically. So let's have a look at presently of what is going on with Taurus. Presently of what's going on with Taurus. What's presently going on with Taurus? That too carries on here, still not making a decision of which direction to go in life. There is no path that has been chosen yet. The King is also here again. You've got double the energy twice. The past is creating still the future of a decision that isn't being made by this King. This is trying to get someone to either like say something or not say something, but someone's not. Right? Because whoever it is has to approach this issue of a king, right? They have to realise that they have to approach the masculine energy. There's a feminine energy here of the 5 of Cups possible. Feminine energy, male, female, doesn't matter. Has to come to some sort of realisation that they have to approach a king. Everybody has to approach a king, right? They have to, in any formal manner, because it would be more of a masculine energy that's not budging, that makes the decision. That's a king that's become a king for a reason, right? So someone has to approach this king to make a decision of how they're going to persuade this king any other way. Or persuade the court. See? Taurus energy, Scorpio energy. No. But someone is blaming someone of why they won't open up. This king will not open up. They won't. You won't change this person. There could be a Taurus Scorpio, but there could be an air sign as well in their chart, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but that would definitely be a masculine energy trying to get someone to emotionally open up. But they won't. You won't change this person. You've got to just learn to be with them or be without them. You've got the Hangman. Upside down. Upside down. Trying to figure out why this person, that I'm stuck with this person, but what is this Hangman for? Because this person's just waiting, really. The Hangman just waits and waits and waits. Pisces energy, sometimes, for a lot of people, they can be very patient. They can be very patient with energy, right? Because they are mutable. So one minute they're this way, the next minute they're that way, but they can be very patient around waiting, right? For energy to... Because what we do is, when we watch tarot, is that you look at them as a human being, right? And majority of the time, people forget about your spiritual stuff, which is everybody's like, I'm spiritual and everything else. So what you're forgetting is that people are human, right? So what you're looking at internally is that what someone is their chart. They're 1 in 7 or they're 1 in 12. But between 1, waking up, and relationship 7, right? So someone's patiently waiting because they're using their intuition of knowing that this person is not budging an inch. Why don't they? Masculine energy of realizing that someone won't budge. But I want to know. I want to know what love is. You could have children with this person. What is the King of Swords for? Someone could be talking with a Pisces though. Let's have a look at what this Knight of Swords is. About the relationship. Could deliver a message to this person about the relationship, that we need to talk about the relationship here. King of Swords, but it's going to cause a fight because someone wants nurturing. They want a relationship that is someone that's caring for them and basically not a masculine energy. Well, I guarantee you that any man that you might be with, or woman that you're going to be with, is that they're going to be a masculine energy, pretty much. I have to look at it as like you want to be with a masculine energy, right? So you're not going to change your masculine energy to be feminine. You'll never do that. A masculine energy will always be it for a reason. You have to. Feminine, masculine. Feminine normally wants a relationship. They can feel like all ooey gooey, soft and chewy. They want a man, they get a man, but they want them the way they want them. I have to look at it one way because I don't want to confuse people, but you can do what you want with the info. But it's like trying to get someone to be a different way. Well, you can't do that because that's people's given right of being themselves. And when people are themselves, is normally where people get into a 2 and 8 and an argument with someone because they won't budge an inch. Right? People say, oh, you're conditioning of your ego of what you was raised to be and do. Of course, it wasn't those people's fault of way that they were raised and all that. It's because you experienced that through your chart. When you were born, it was all mapped out for you of who you're supposed to feel, see, do, and everything else. And then you become that, and then you meet people along your way of not being because my parents, because the way they are. No, that's not the way it is. You're only thinking that because you're human. But how you're really acting is by how you feel, which is your chart. You're not acting in life the way you were raised. You're just acting according to your chart that's making you do and think and believe that. That's your belief. Your belief isn't what you've seen in your life and why you're acting upon that because that's what you've seen and blaming it upon parents and children and, yeah, well, I was raised this way and I was raised that. That's just a crap belief. The actual belief of what I'm trying to, well, that's what Spirit's saying, believe me or not, is your belief. Is that your belief of what you see isn't a conditioning of someone of what they've seen and happened in their life. The reason they have is because it was mapped out through their chart for them to feel that way, to be that, right? They are just what they are. So what you've got is a fight on your hands of trying to change a king's mind. Because a king will make their mind up. But if they're brought energy of 5, they won't listen and you won't get anywhere with them. Because you can't take a 5 to a fight of a king, because a king won't listen. What's the 4 of coins? Cancerian, cup, but someone wants an apology. You could have children around you though. It could be a Cancerian child. What's the Page of Cups for? An apology, possible, 4 of Wands, and it's all going on because of the dynamic of the twin flame relationship, which is still soulmate. But there are different energies around twin flame soulmates. Karmic twin flames, they're normally got this real hypnotic energy of like warmth around them, and then when the energy clashes and collides, that's where you get into dynamics, basically. Okay. But you've got prison sentence here also for some people, where a child might go to prison. What is this for? This 4 of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. Oh, that's the dynamic ending. That's the shooting that happens in a prison. If this person goes to prison, pretty much like, what's his name did? Jeffrey Epstein. All of a sudden he was in prison and then apparently he killed himself. Not in my belief, bruv. Not in my belief. No. You don't mess about with the Clintons and all those sort of people and expect that you're going to get away with it. We don't, you know, as you know, you can't have secrets like that and think that you're going to live. And I don't know why I'm channeling it, but I am. Someone has got secrets dynamically within the universe, the world, here, the world, but it's not, it's karma, but it's still the same. Someone has got within the world that you might see this happening. That's what I'm saying, what I channeled for a start. Because that's an explosive ending of someone going to prison, possible, and where this happens, here, end of life, rebirth, Scorpio energy, but also complete end. So let's find out what's going to happen dynamically. Okay guys, thanks very much. I know these are short, but they don't normally come out, but I just normally try to put these out for more subscribers, more care, more like, everything else. I really do appreciate it. But also just to give the people that don't know me a chance to get to know me, how I read cards and what I do. And if you want to join Patreon, I really would appreciate it, and it does support me in order to keep doing the readings. Okay, so what we do is go over to Patreon. If you want to find the link below, you can, and then we actually do your 1st to the 15th of see the predictions for what's going to happen for that. I do believe in predictions. I do believe in future energy. I don't believe these can be changed, even though I could say to you, change it and change your mind. Will you do that? Pretty much not, because it's your karma. Okay, so prediction of card of that time for me is what is going to happen. Okay. That's down to you whether people believe that or not, but that's what I believe, okay? Just through experience. But yeah, if you want to join, you can, and it's in the link below. We'll also have a 6-month reading that comes out that goes over to there, but at the beginning of that will come out here. 6-month reading, free question and answer, 1st to the 15th, 15th to the 30th, that won't come out on here. The rest of the month after this one won't come out. It will just go to tier 2, okay? So you get that and channel messages. And if you want a personal reading, you can also reach out from the link below. I do leave these open for people that if they ever want help or support for Skype calls or an actual tarot card reading, but you can find my email below if you want to, and you can find it there, okay? Alright guys, thanks very much, and let's see what's going to happen. Oh, also Lucid Angel Radio, stay tuned for that one, okay? Alright guys, let's see what's going to happen, and I'll see you soon.